As I continue recording all of my main lifts and working out in a commercial space, I find myself being more critical of my form, and especially when I'm performing movements, I want to make sure that the form isn't the thing that breaks down when I'm performing a certain exercise. And I think this this journey, this log, helps a lot with the amount of motion, the range of motion that I have when I'm performing squats, deadlifts, or benching. I always want to make sure I hit the right cues that my body's accustomed to, and I always want to make sure my body has the full range of movement when I'm performing any type of exercise, because I feel that in order to train effectively and to build muscle, your body has to go through the full range of motion of whatever body part it may be, your legs, your arms, your chest, back. I think having the full range of motion is critical in building flexibility and also building strength. Uh, there is a caveat to it. There are people who lift heavier with smaller ranges of motion, and I don't see it as the incorrect way, but I see it as that the range of motion is not optimal for me, at least. Uh, who knows? Other people may be working on other types of activities, other types of goals that you may not even be aware of. Heck, if another person was trying to be just the heaviest squatter, you know, that you kind of told a line there, because if the rules don't require full range of motion, then why would anyone who's in this competition go past that level? It doesn't make any sense why anyone would do that. And I think just looking at other people, there's definitely different types of range of motion. Of course, it could be from any previous injury or any type of constraint that doesn't allow a person to get to the proper range of motion. So today, this week, I did try to squat the 225, but as soon as I did it, I knew that I didn't feel comfortable going heavier, because I didn't feel that my body was optimal to keep pushing heavier weights. I did want to squat more, but I decided to drop the weight down and start at start at a level that is more comfortable for me to practice my range of motion. Another thing too is this coming week I will have to run 20 miles for my training. So in preparation for that, I kind of purposely went easy on the legs to provide my body ample preparation to run the 20. So I do have a scheduled 20 miler coming up. That's to prepare for the marathon, LA Marathon in March. Another thing too is that on the on the 15th of January, I do have another race that's going on, which is a half marathon, 13 miler that I'll be doing, and hopefully the training has provided the results, or will provide the results that I'm looking for going into the half marathon. I believe the fastest I had the half marathon was about an hour 45 or so. It's been a while since I raced the half marathon. I would say 4 years now, but I'm not too worried about it. But I do want to give my full effort running this time around. And this time around for the bench, I finally was able to do. So I didn't go up from the 225 after I did the high reps of the 225. Decided to do, I believe it was 4 sets of around 3 to 5, and just looking back, I know in the past I was normally, no problem can do 5 sets of 5 at 225, and this is where I've been stuck most of the time, and I have never gone too far straight away in terms of higher weight. And this weight that I'm pushing, I would say it would be 75% of my max energy, which is, I think that's a optimal area to be in to sustain this regimen. This time around, I wanted to film more of a side shot to see how the body moves when I'm pulling the weight, and I want to make sure that each structure of my body is fluid with each other. So make sure that my core is engaged while I'm pulling, and make sure that my back doesn't round out before the weight passes my knees. Another thing I did this week, hence the smaller, lighter mileage. One was the preparation for the 20 miler, and then also I did play tennis 2 times this week, and I have a short highlight clip of both those sessions, and that's what kind of got me thinking about the whole range of motion thing. Because when you play tennis, the range of motion when you swing a forehand or backhand is really dependent on a lot of factors, and if a ball approaches at you fairly quickly, there really isn't too much time to react, and that's when the range of motion needs to be shortened. In retrospect, if you have more time to react to a ball, obviously you would add more of a backswing to really have a full range of motion so that the ball will have more power to it when it's traveling off the racket. And that's kind of what got me thinking of this week's topic, is that there are certain scenarios where you need to apply a range of motion, and there's certain scenarios where a exercise is utilized for a different type of sport. And I'm glad that weight training helps to enhance my tennis capabilities, whether it be directly or indirectly. I'm happy that it allows me to feel well rested or conditioned to playing tennis. And I started playing tennis back in 2005, and it really did take quite some time to pick up, as there is quite a learning curve to the mechanics of playing. So this is the second session that I had. We were just playing a little friendly match with one of my old high school friends. One thing that happened to me at the beginning of the week, I had a 1.76 mile run. I had an accident while I was on the treadmill and couldn't continue the run, so I had to cancel that run. That's it for this week, and I'll catch you in the next one.